Hey everyone, welcome back once more. It is Beth. I am a crochet artist that's been doing vendor shows for a number of years and have been running a crochet business for about 3. I've been in other craft media before then. I run the business with my daughters and we really enjoy the time and business opportunity together as a homeschool family. This then really becomes part of a business and a finance and all that good stuff. So thanks for joining me on here. And if you've watched my other couple of videos, welcome back. Really just trying to figure out the lay of the land in this. I've done podcasts and have had a YouTube channel with diabetes education stuff, but finding a different artsy craftsy home here as well, and just really want to build a family friendly community so that this is something that I can share with my daughters. I've got a teen and a preteen that do the business with me, and really want to have a safe space for you and any kids or family that you do this with as well. So if you've seen some of my shorts, you've seen that I've been doing some pattern testing this week. I did a love bug by Pavlina, and I will link her in the show notes. That pattern should be releasing soon. The first bug I did was this one in the Yarn Bee, the velvet glitter. I truly was not prepared for how large this was going to be. I have another love bug pattern that is like the size of this head, and that is the whole bug. So as I'm making this and it is getting larger and larger, I truly was not prepared for the size of how big this guy would be, but super fun. And then I started making eyes. I went to grab the eyes out for this, and I only had one silver backer, silver ring for my eyes, and it's like, well, I've seen other people make them, I can do this too. So I did, with all of my epoxy stuff and all the glitters and everything I have with that. I got it out and I did my own eyes. So I'm super proud of myself. We've got silver ones here. That's what I did for that, since it was just the silver sparkle. Red eyes would be a little creepy and scary, so did that. And then the second one I made then I did with the Parfait Chunky, because I really do love Parfait Chunky, and this is so soft and cuddly. Again, big. So looking at the two of them, you know, there's quite a size here. It's super cute, super soft, and I did the eyes again. So I found a pink glitter that matched super well, and even an iridescent pink glitter, not even just a straight pink glitter, iridescent, to make for her eyes, and that was so much fun. I love it. And then because it's not as crazy as the fall is with shows and everything else, I've been going through some older patterns. So if you're anything like me, you have a whole collection of patterns that you haven't done, that you intend to do, we'll get back to, we'll do, all of that good stuff. So I started going through, and mine are just listed in OneDrive. I keep them all up in the cloud, so it's all there. I can access it whenever I want. I do print off occasionally. My daughter, I tend to print the patterns off for. But right at the top is a baby cow that is by Madeline May Co. And I can link or write that out in the show notes as well. But that cow sold really well for me. Sorry, I'm sitting on my couch and I've got my phone propped up on here. So as I get excited and I bounce around, there's a little wobble. Sorry about that. As I have just my very basic equipment, I had to turn my fan off because as the fan circles, the light then kind of flickers and it kind of drives me crazy. I have a hard time taking videos with that. So the fan is off. My ring light is now behind me because this corner is pretty dark. But it doesn't have the glare then on my glasses as the ring light in front of me does. So I'll get things figured out here eventually. But the cow. So this cow sold really well for me a number of years ago, and I had made him in a variety of colors, a number of different yarns, and so I dug the the cute little guy back out. So this is the baby cow by Madeline May Co. and it's, it takes about an hour for me to do. The bugs took just under 2 hours, which I don't consider myself a super fast crocheter. However, the pattern artist for this pattern test was super surprised. I think she had listed on her pattern testing it's less than 4 hours. So I'm a fast test taker for school and continuing education things. Maybe I'm a fast crocheter too. I don't know. You can definitely tell me in the comments how long things tend to take you. And maybe that's where the discrepancy comes in for a lot of our pricing of different things, is because I do things much faster. Therefore, my quote billable time in my industry is less. But for reference, this took me 2 hours. The pattern tester said to allow 4. So Little Cow took me just over an hour to do. I tend to do patterns on repeat, and I get faster than each time, as I don't have to reread and think about each step. So it'll probably be just under an hour as I redo her. But again, I did the eyes. Look at that sparkle. I am loving this. This is so much fun. And I feel like this is something that my preteen can do. Super, super easy. This would also be something that we can then bring to shows. And as somebody comes into the booth, as you know they always do, and they're like, oh, I crochet too. And I can go, great, I've got stuff for you. So I love that. And if you would like to see eyes on our Shopify store, let me know. We can definitely work stuff out. As my daughter would do jewelry and things like that, we have a number of cards that we could easily put eyes on instead, and definitely have a lot of eyes and things to work with. But I'm so excited about all the possibilities with all the glitter I have for the different things that can be done. So I am super excited about this. The other part of the week, JoAnn's. Oh my gosh, you guys, what are we gonna do? I know we went through this last year, and I know it was a little up in the air last year, but I feel like, with them withdrawing the bankruptcy filings, I thought we were on a better path. As somebody who's grown up with a crafter, I was taught to sew in elementary school. My mom was is a big crafter. Like, I grew up in JoAnn's. What am I gonna do? And there's all the memes about what do we do when we're upset or something's not going our way, and they're like, add to cart. Okay, well, I did. We won't say how much I spent at JoAnn's online for the Posh yarn, which is my teenager's favorite to crochet with. But we will say that it ended up like a Kohl's receipt, and I saved more than I spent. And there will be a lot of boxes coming. So look forward to next week. I should have a lot of boxes, because I'm at that free shipping, and I've been slowly getting shipping notifications. It's like 3 balls of yarn here, 2 balls of yarn here, 5 skeins of yarn here. It's gonna be a lot of boxes. So feel free to order from my Shopify store. I'm gonna have lots of boxes to put all these things in. So it is what it is. I pray that they can come to terms, they can come with an agreement. Maybe somebody will buy out these specific yarn lines. But like, where do we go for fabric? Where do we go for some of these art kits? I want to see and feel the fabric I am buying. I want to know if this is a soft fleece or if this is a synthetic Velcro bolts of fabric. I want to do all of that. I want to be able to line my fabrics up and go, this matches, this doesn't match. I want to do all of that. And Michael's just doesn't have the yarn selection. Hobby Lobby just doesn't have the selection of fabrics. Michael's doesn't have the selection of fabrics. Like, what are we going to do? I'm in my 40s. I don't want to imagine a world without JoAnn's. So there's, I wouldn't call it trauma, but you know, you see your favorite actor or somebody who you've gone through a series with, they've quote unquote been part of your life for decades. You know, we are big Harry Potter fans in this house. Losing Maggie, while I've never met her, I have never run into her, anything else, it sort of feels personal because she has been part of our lives, part of my life, part of my children's lives, and it feels a little personal. JoAnn's feels a little personal, and I'm not okay with this. Just what it is, but I'm not okay with it. Somebody needs to step out and figure out what the shit's gonna happen. Sorry, I need to figure out what's going to happen. So yeah, that's where we are this week. I am currently in the middle of threatened snowmageddons part 2. We had the threat of snow and ice and stuff last weekend, I think so. And now we are, so I guess 10 days ago, the weekend before, and now we're here again. So I am in coastal North Carolina. I'm about an hour from the beach, but we are getting hit with a storm. So it was sleeting earlier. There's been some snow falling. We will see how it all ends up, but that's where we are. So I've got my yarn and I'm good to go. So if you've enjoyed our little conversation, I would love for you to hit subscribe and stay around and chat a little bit longer while I figure out, you know, the ins and outs and all of this and create a little community where we can hang out and have some fun. You guys take care. Have a great week.